What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be giving you the top 10 loadouts you can be using right now in Call of Duty Warzone. And if you haven't heard, they put in a new attachment that gives both the Kastov 762 and the Kastov 545 absolutely zero recoil, which is so insane. I mean, I guess it's not as insane as most things Call of Duty does, but we're here and we're going to give you the loadouts for them and a couple of bonus loadouts that I think are really fun. So if you enjoyed this video or you find it helpful, or you're even taking screenshots of these loadouts and using them, comment your favorite one down below. And make sure to add that like attachment to this video, hit that noti bell, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. We're gonna word from our sponsor real quick and then we'll get you those loadouts. Today's video is sponsored by our friends over at PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 3 million members. And if you're like me and you love sports and you love esports, PrizePicks is an exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and your favorite players. You can now win up to 25 times your money on making esports lineups on PrizePicks. These are my 2 winning lineups from this past week. Download PrizePicks today and they will match your first deposit up to $100 when you use the code MARVEL. I personally just started using PrizePicks this past year in the NFL season and have over $3,000 in winnings with just a couple entries here and there. So download PrizePicks today, use code MARVEL, and get up to $100 matched on your first deposit. Or just click the link down below in the description of this video. Thank you again to the team over at PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into it. So for this first set of loadouts, I'm going to give you that Kastov 762 loadout along with the FJX Horus, which is 100% in the meta. It is honestly the, as far as SMGs go, it is the #1 TTK SMG in the game. So we'll give that to you right now. For that Kastov 762, we got the VT7 Spiritfire Suppressor L, the high grain rounds, the 40 round mag. I like the Jack Glassless optic. Use whatever sight makes you comfortable, but they added this new Jack Requiem kit for the 762 and the Kastov 545, which gives it absolutely zero vertical recoil. It's absolutely insane. I'll show this to you here in the firing range of what I'm talking about, and I'll show you this over here. So we're not going to touch the thumbstick right here, and we're just going to hold down the trigger. Look at that. That's wild. Honestly, I think it works better on the 762, and at least for longer ranges. It's so crazy, dude. And I'll show you that with the 545 here in just a few minutes. And then for that FJX Horus, we're gonna go with the M35 muzzle here. I like the Sin long barrel. I like the Sin long barrel because it gives more recoil control too, but it also increases that damage range rather than like the Martys heavy barrel, which decreases the bullet velocity too. So I like the combo recoil and range here. And then I'm running the DR6 hand stop under barrel along with the 48 round mag and then the Ripper light stock. So this one's here in the firing range. This thing is absolutely insane. Kind of reminds me of the Mac 10 a little bit. The movement's really nice, but man, this thing fires real quick. You're not going to really use it at mid-range right there as much as you would at 11 meters. At 11 meters or less, this is the fastest killing SMG. Next, we have that Kastov 545. I'm going to show you what I'm kind of talking about with the recoil. It's kind of got a negative recoil. It's super weird. And then, so I've also been running this this new sword a little bit too. We'll have a video for that soon. It's a lot of fun to run, man. Just real toxic, but it's fun. We're having fun with it. But for this Kastov 545, we're going with the VT7 for Spiritfire Suppressor, the Jack Glassless optic, the high grain rounds, the 60 round mag, and of course we're running that Jack Requiem kit. I'll show you about this recoil I'm talking about. So anywhere right here, perfectly fine. Don't have to touch the thumbstick at all as long as the enemy stands still, right? But down here gets kind of weird. It's got some horizontal recoil to it. Very strange. So if you see anybody like this has zero recoil in a video or something like that, the 545 does have a little bit at range. I think it's because of the gun sway. See that sway right there? I think that's why it's doing it. See that acted a little bit better once that gun sway stopped. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add maybe the Bruin heavy support grip, which has this aiming idle sway perk right there. So we're gonna try that and maybe that'll fix it. Obviously, remember right here and right here, not a problem. And maybe this will help a little bit more. Yeah, that helped a little bit more. So I would run that Bruin over the ammo high grain rounds if you just don't want to control the recoil. If you have no problem with controlling the recoil, that high grain rounds is going to give you even more range and bullet velocity. So completely up to you there. For this next loadout, the SVA 545 is still in the meta now. It's back up in the meta after the DG58 nerf, so keep that in mind. And the WSP9 is so much fun to run, so definitely be using those. For the SVA, we're going with the Sonic Suppressor here, and then I like the Precision Barrel, along with the high grain rounds, the 60 round mag, and the Jack Glassless Optic. We'll go to in the firing range here, show you how this works. Full auto's not the best, man. I don't like this thing in full auto. You definitely want to be running this in single tap mode, single fire mode, which is a burst mode. This one actually also has 0 recoil to it also, if you just don't touch the thumbstick, which is kind of crazy. But I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of this one anymore, as much as I am some other options, and I'll show you this here in a second. But use it if you like it, completely up to you. But the WSP9 100% Sonic Suppressor S muzzle here, skeletal vertical grip. I like the Night Art model sight along with the Marauder grip. This thing is so much fun to run, dude, and just it still slaps even after the nerf, and it's a lot of fun to run, man. You can hit down range if you really need it to, but you're gonna run an ammo with the 40 round mag. If you want to pop that 50 on, definitely do that, but super fun. All right, next we're got the Holger 26. This is 100% #1 long range for me right now, and then I've got it paired with the BP50 SMG, VT7 Spiritfire suppressor for the Holger 26, Holger factory barrel, Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, Jack Glassless optic here, along with the Ascent Lord stock. Just easily #1 in the meta for me. Thing does not move, feels a lot like the DG58, but I think it hits a little harder for me. I'm not real sure, but let me know what you guys think about this one. Then for the BP50 SMG Cassis brake muzzle, we're going with the Chimera laser light here, the high grain rounds, the TRST4 grip tape, and the Revenger kit, which makes it into that SMG, and it's still super fast. And this thing has been good for a while now too, and really is solid mid-range right there too. Very solid sniper support option for sure. Next we have the MTZ 556, which I absolutely love. I paired this with a Riveter shotgun. That thing is really toxic too. MTZ 556, we're going with the VT7 Spiritfire suppressor, MTZ Drifter heavy long barrel, Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, the 50 round drum, and the Marauder stock. If you want a sight on it, take off the stock, put a sight if you want, but I like it with no sight, especially on Rebirth Island. Very easy to control when it comes to the recoil, and just it's very good. Then for the Riveter, I like the SA Draven 20 long barrel, Bruin Bastion angled grip, gauge ball ammo here, 30 round mag, and the Jack Cutthroat stock here. So this one too, this is basically just a full auto shotgun. It's stupid good, dude. It's a lot of fun to run. Then we're gonna go with the Holger 556, 100% top 3 meta for me, longer ranges, definitely solos and duos, definitely. And then we're running the Ram 9 with it. Ram 9's still pretty solid. I like the VT7 Spiritfire suppressor, Kraus 6-match barrel, Jack Glassless optic, Adel assault stock here. We're running the 40 round mag, and the backstall conversion kit's pretty solid as well if you want to try that. A lot of fun to run there as well. We'll show this one to you here in the firing range, and yeah, it's very solid as well. A little bit more recoil than probably some would like, but in solos and duos, it's very solid. Then for the Ram 9 Zimmer compensated muzzle, XRK hand stop underbarrel, the high grain rounds here, 50 round mag, the Recon comb. This one you can kind of use it mid range, but I again 10 meters right here. This is a top 10 option when it comes to closer ranges, but not top 5 in my opinion. But Ram 9 is still very solid to use. Next, we have the Lachmann Shroud with that conversion kit. This is a ton of fun to run. If you were a fan of the MP5 back in the day, this is 100% what you want to run. For that Lachmann Shroud, we're going with the Dark Star barrel here, the XRK Edge handstop underbarrel, sub OP ammo for a little target flinch, 40 round mag or 50 round, whatever you need, and a Jack Decimator kit. Man, this thing was a throwback for me. More so probably the Cold War MP5 than anything else, but man, this thing really feels nice, dude, and really kind of brings back that MP5 meta. Definitely top 10. It hits pretty hard. It hits a lot harder than I think some people will realize. Then I've got it paired with the TAC Evolvere. The TAC Evolvere is still very, very good. Still loving it. It's just super slow is my issue. Is like, that's why I don't really like to run it as much. But we're going with the Cassis Break muzzle, the Eviction Heavy Long Barrel, like the Hound 9G grip here, the Rampart Heavy Stock, and the Jack Glasses Optic. Like I said, it's just, as far as like movement goes, it's just kind of heavy. Ugh, you just kind of lug around. But man, if you're kind of sit in one spot, the recoil is super easy to control. The damage per mag, how many people you down with one mag, is kind of unlimited, to be honest. It's ridiculous. Next up, I have the Superi 46. This is 100% still my favorite loadout to run. Superi 46, the Car 98, man. This thing is so much fun to run. This reminds me a lot of the H4 Blixen from back in the day, and it's just so good, man. We're going with the Zimmer compensated muzzle here, XRK Edge hand stop underbarrel, high grain rounds, Nidar model sight, and the 40 round mag. And this thing, dude, just incinerates people, man. Just a lot of fun to run. It's pretty viable out at longer ranges too, which you could probably make an AR version of this, which I might do. So stick around, make sure to hit that sub button so you don't miss that video, and we'll try that out down range. Then the Car 98, I'm running the Sonic Suppressor L, one shot precision long barrel, which is that's what that's supposed to be. High grain rounds. I'm using the SPX 80 scope here. You can use the range color optic, which is the OG sniper scope for the Car 98. And then I'm running a nose stock, and this thing is very solid as well. But I just man, this is really 100% meta right now for longer ranges. Car 98, man, it's just so good. Then we've got the OG Groza made from the DG58 conversion kit. Now remember, the DG58 got a stupid nerf, but the conversion kit, which changes it into an SMG, did not get a nerf. So that part of the DG58 is not nerfed. So this is still very good. Then I'm running the SOA Subverter here. A lot of fun to run as well with that. And Zimmer compensated muzzle, Jack glassless optic here, 40 round mag, that Nightshade rifle kit, and the Varanus steady grip. As you'll see, very controllable recoil. Very solid at mid-range. Can't really use it at longer ranges there. It's just not enough ammo for that. But man, mid-range, perfect sniper support, very solid option. Then for that SOA Subverter, I'm running the Cassis Break muzzle, Dozer 90 long barrel. I like the Bruin heavy support grip here. I like not running a sight with this one, just like the MTZ 556. Then the Motion V2 heavy stock and the 50 round drum, just to kind of help, you know, control that recoil a little bit more. But man, this thing still feels really solid as well. Next, we have the AMR9, the glitched AMR9, like we've talked about in our last video, and then the BAL 27. This AMR9, if you will go and use Poisoned Caress Black Cell Blueprint, it will actually glitch fast hands onto this mag, basically. That's the best way to explain it. Basically, you have a fast reload, like in like 1.2 seconds is like the time. So go use this, change the attachments, make it a better loadout. And I've kind of got that loadout right here, and I'll show you how fast it reloads as well. So for that loadout, we're gonna actually run the 100 round drum, and you'll see why. And then the demo buffer tube stock, the AMR9 Real Pro barrel, the XRK Edge hand stop underbarrel, and a Zimmer compensated muzzle. And I'll show you kind of how fast this mag goes. I'm just kind of firing it. It's very solid at mid range and short range right there. We're just gonna empty the mag here. Empty the mag, and then I'll show you how fast this reloads. 1.2 seconds is wild for an empty mag, an empty 100 round mag, which is crazy. Just, that's insane, dude. And it's only with that blueprint, and you can find it here in sector 11 of the battle pass right here, which is crazy, dude. Have fun with that and use it while you can. And then I've got that paired with the BAL 27, like I said, the Cassis Break muzzle, Noctil long barrel, the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, 60 round mag, and the Jack glassless optic. Another very solid sniper support option in my opinion. Very solid at short ranges, mid range, little tougher to control at longer ranges because of the sped up bullet velocity or sped up fire rate. The longer you kind of hold the trigger, but if you time it just right, you can kind of you could try to avoid that. But that first four bullets, after the first 4 bullets, it'll start speeding up again. and it just kind of goes crazy longer ranges. So short to mid range right here, very solid option. The BAL 27, a lot of fun to run in those ranges with a sniper. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, attach that like button to this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video like this or like any of these. We'll see you in the next one.